Today, we're going to be looking at how to use inputs in Python. So let's get started. Let's start with bringing in a series of inputs, and then we can look at how we can actually display it afterwards. So with Python, you bring in inputs through the following. It's input, open, and close bracket. The reason I have the hashtag here, or the hash sign right here, is basically to say this is a line and that not to run. But like we can easily use this just right out of the bat. So input, and it's going to pop up a blank box, and we can put it where we want. But we could also use inputs to store data. So for example, let's assign a variable first name, and we are going to bring it as an input and run it. So first name is Gav. And if I were to go down here and say print first name, I would get Gav. Well, we can take this one step further. So we can say first name. We're going to actually, let's clear this out. So we're going to say first name is going to equal input, but we're going to add a bit of text. That way people know exactly what we are asking. So what is your first name? And we're going to run it, and we can see here, what is your first name? And we can enter Gav. And then we go down here, I can print the first name, and I get Gav. So we can actually do kind of a series of inputs and eventually print it off into something a little more interesting. So let's go, so we got first name, so let's go last name equals input. What is your last name? And we're going to go fav color. So you see two different styles of creating the variables. This being camel case, this using the underscore. I mean, depending what you follow, there's certain conventions for naming your variables. And I mean, that's a kind of a case by case, but there are standard naming conventions that you should use, but I'm showing that you can basically call it whatever you want. Input. What is your fave color? And we're going to go fave team. Once again, you can do it however you like. Input. Oh, let's go back here. Who is your fave team? And let's run it. Press here and let's run it. Why is it not running? Oh, create a loop. So stop and run this again. Perfect. What is your last name? My last name is LeBron James. I know, it's crazy. No relation to the basketball player. Favorite color is blue, and favorite team is the Raptors. Cool. So we've now stored all these variables, stored all these answers within these variables. First name, last name, favorite color, favorite team. So let's do something with it now. Let's print it out as if it were a form we were filling out. So let's start with first name, and we're going to do concatenate it. We're going to add first name plus, and because I like things to be on their own lines, we're going to add the escape character n, and then we're going to add our last name, and we're going to concatenate again, last name, and the same thing, add the escape character. What do we got here? Fave color, and concatenate it again. Oops. Fave color plus n. We should only write here. And last but not least, we're going to go fave team, and we're going to add your fave team, and we're going to concatenate again, and close it up. Oops. All right, I run it, and there we go. We have your first name, Gav, last name, LeBron James, fave color blue, fave team Raptors. And so there you go. That's the basics of inputting in Python and assigning it to a variable to be used later.